Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our podcast. Whether you're listening on your morning commute, while cooking dinner, or just relaxing at home, we are thrilled to have you with us today. I am John, and as always, I am joined by my fantastic co-host, Sarah. How is your week going, Sarah?
Hello, everyone. My week is going very well, John. Thank you for asking. I have been practicing my English a lot lately, especially at the coffee shop near my house. But I have to admit, I had a very uncomfortable moment yesterday.
Oh no! What happened? Did they mess up your coffee order?
No, the coffee was perfect. The problem was the talking. The barista asked me how my weekend was, and my mind just stopped working. I said it was good. And then we just stared at each other in silence while the coffee machine made noises. It was so strange. I never know what to say in these situations.
Ah, you experienced the classic small talk freeze. Do not worry, Sarah. You're definitely not alone in that. Even native speakers struggle with small talk. It can feel like a strange dance where you do not know the steps.
Yes, a dance, but I have two left feet. In my home country, we usually get straight to the point. If we talk, it is because we have important information to share. Talking just to talk feels a bit empty to me. Why do people do it?
That is a brilliant question and a perfect transition into our topic for today. Today, we are going to unlock the secret to modern small talk. To answer your question, small talk is not really about the information being exchanged. It is about building a connection. When the barista asks about your weekend, they do not actually need a detailed report of your Sunday. They are trying to build a bridge between you two. They are signaling, I am friendly and you are safe to talk to.
A bridge. I like that picture. So it is not about exchanging data, it is about showing friendliness, but still, talking about the weather feels very boring. Does modern small talk have to be about rain or sunshine?
Not at all. In fact, modern small talk has evolved past just mentioning the weather. The secret today is finding common ground quickly. Common ground means a shared interest or a shared experience. If you're both in a long line at the grocery store, that line is your common ground. If you're both holding a cup of coffee, the coffee is your common ground.
I see. So I can use the situation around me to start the conversation.
Exactly. We call this observing your environment. But once you start the conversation, how do you keep it going without feeling like you're interrogating the other person? Have you ever had a conversation that felt like a police interview?
Yes, sometimes I ask question after question. Where are you from? What do you do? Do you like it here? The other person just gives short answers, and then we have that awkward silence again.
Right? To avoid that interview feeling, I want to teach you a classic conversation framework. It is an acronym called FORD, F-O-R-D. It stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Dreams. These are four universal topics that people generally enjoy talking about.
Ford, let me write that down. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Let us start with family. Is that not too personal? I do not want to ask a stranger about their private life.
That is a very valid concern. In modern small talk, you keep the family category very light. You would not ask for deep family secrets. Instead, you might ask, do you have family in the area? Or if you know they have a pet, ask about the pet. Pets are universally safe and joyful topics.
Oh, I love talking about cats and dogs. That is a great tip. What about the O, occupation? That means jobs and work, right?
Correct. Occupation is a very common topic, especially in professional settings or networking events. You can ask, what is keeping you busy at work these days? Notice how that is slightly different from just asking, what do you do? It allows the person to talk about a specific project they are excited about rather than just giving you their job title.
What is keeping you busy these days? I really like that phrase. It sounds much more interesting than what is your job because sometimes people do not like their job, but they are busy with a side project.
Spot on, Sarah. You are already mastering the psychology behind this. Now let us move to the R, which stands for recreation. This is simply what people do for fun. Hobbies, sports, reading, cooking.
How do I ask about recreation naturally?
You can ask, what do you like to do when you're not working? Or, are you reading any good books or watching any good shows lately? Entertainment is a fantastic common ground. Almost everyone is watching some kind of TV series or movie.
That is very true. And the last letter is D, dreams. Do I ask them what they dream about when they sleep?
Not exactly. By dreams, we mean future goals or travel plans. A great question is, do you have any exciting trips planned for this year? Or what are you looking forward to this weekend? It gets the person thinking about something positive in their future.
I understand F.O.R.D, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. I feel like I have a map now. But John, what if they ask me a question? Let us go back to my coffee shop problem. The barista asked, "How was your weekend?" I said it was good. How could I do that better?
The best way to respond is using a technique I call the answer, add, ask method. It is a three-step process. First, you answer the question. Second, you add a small, interesting detail. Third, you ask a question back. Conversation is like a game of ping pong. You cannot just hold the ball, you have to hit it back over the net.
Answer, add, ask, ping pong. Okay, let me try this. You be the barista. Ask me about my weekend.
Hey Sarah, good to see you. How was your weekend?
It was good. I finally went to that new Italian restaurant downtown. Have you ever been there?
Excellent, that was perfect. You answered my question. You added the detail about the Italian restaurant, and you asked if I had been there. Now, the ball is in my court. I can say yes, their pasta is amazing, or no, I have not. What did you order? Suddenly, we are having a real conversation, not just a robot exchange.
Wow, that felt much more natural. I did not feel like a robot this time, but what if I make a mistake with my English while I'm talking? Sometimes I get nervous that my grammar is not perfect, so I stay quiet.
I'm really glad you brought that up. Here is a massive secret about human communication. People do not care about perfect grammar in casual conversation. They care about how you make them feel. If you're smiling, making eye contact, and showing genuine interest in them, they will completely ignore a misplaced verb or a forgotten vocabulary word. Warmth is much more important than perfection.
Warmth is more important than perfection. That takes a lot of pressure off my shoulders. I think I worry too much about the rules of English and forget about the connection part.
Exactly. Think about when tourists visit your home country and try to speak your language. Do you judge them for their grammar mistakes?
Never, I always feel very happy that they are trying. It shows respect.
It is the exact same in English. Your effort to connect is what people remember. Now, there's one more essential skill in modern small talk. We talked about how to start a conversation and how to keep it going. But what about ending it?
Oh, yes, please tell me. Sometimes I'm trapped. I'm talking to someone at a party and I really need to go get some water or go to the bathroom, but they just keep talking. I do not want to be rude and just walk away.
Leaving a conversation gracefully is an art form. You want to exit without making the other person feel rejected. The easiest way to do this is the future focus exit.
Future focus exit. What does that mean?
It means you wrap up the conversation by making a positive comment about what they just said, explaining what you're going to do next in the immediate future, and then saying goodbye. Let me give you an example. Let us say someone was telling me about their garden. I would wait for a natural pause and say, "Your garden sounds beautiful. I hope your tomatoes grow well. I'm going to go grab a glass of water now. But it was really wonderful chatting with you."
Let me analyze that. You made a nice comment about the tomatoes, then you stated your action, getting water, then you said it was nice to talk.
Exactly. It is polite, it is firm, and it leaves the other person feeling good. Another great phrase is, "I do not want to take up all your time." It is a very polite way to excuse yourself, making it seem like you're doing them a favor by leaving.
I do not want to take up all your time. I will definitely use that at the next networking event I go to. I think these tools are very powerful. John, I have four defined topics: answer, add, ask to keep the ball bouncing, and the future focus exit to leave nicely.
You summarized it perfectly, Sarah. Small talk does not have to be a painful experience. It is a skill, and like any skill, it just takes practice. The next time you're at the coffee shop, try using one of these techniques. Even if it is just a 10-second interaction, it builds your confidence.
I will try it tomorrow. I will ask the barista what is keeping them busy, or maybe just talk about the coffee. Thank you, John. This was extremely helpful for me, and I'm sure it is helpful for our listeners too.
My pleasure, Sarah. To our listeners, your homework for this week is to initiate one small talk conversation using the answer add ask method. Do not worry about being perfect, just focus on making a connection. Thank you all for joining us today. Keep practicing, stay curious, and we will catch you in the next episode.